Yeah. Yeah. Very good. In the time that we have left, let's talk a little bit about what's going on at Revolo today and tomorrow. So we'll start with today. What are you in the throes of? Both you as CEO, you personally in that role, and what is that leadership contributing to in terms of the next step Revolo is going to take?
Yeah, so listen, we've generated a lot of really value-added data across our 1104 program. As we mentioned, we've got, the EOE data set. We've got the sub-Q work and sublingual work. So our top priority going forward is to advance 1104 and EOE into a larger phase 2B study. We think we have a great opportunity to have a wonderful chronic treatment option here. We intend to bring the subcutaneous into the next study at a minimum. You can imagine with the sublingual press release that we had a couple of weeks ago, a lot of investor and partner interest there because they realize sub-Q can be very competitive. They think sublingual can be a potential game changer. It's not quite as far along, but it can be in short order. So a lot of investor discussions around raising funds to advance into the clinic, and in parallel talking to quite a few interested pharma partners that have an interest in 1104 in general. And of course, then we have ongoing day-to-day things we're doing. We continue to move sub-Q along, sublingual along, planning for the clinic. There are different elements of that. There's the admitox piece. There's the CMC preparation. We're always doing things sort of on a research basis to expand our understanding of 1104 and to inform us around other indications that we may pursue down the road.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're busy doing on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah. So just to clarify, what the next clinical step is what? And I mean, without putting a pin on the calendar, what's the time frame look like?
Yeah, so we'll be at the ready early in 25 to commence a larger phase 2 EOE study. Um, there are a couple of different designs that we're looked at depending on where we land from a funding standpoint, but it will have elements of looking at longer dosing than what we were able to administer in the first EOE study and introducing subcutaneous. It'll be anywhere from a 10 to a 16-week study. We'll be, assuming we start it in the first half of 25, we'll read out in calendar 26. The second priority is to conduct a smaller phase 2 atopic dermatitis trial. And that will be a smaller trial. Again, just a POC study. And we are in a position subject to this funding round to commence that study in first half of 25 as well. And it's about 8 months to initiate, enroll, and complete. So very late 25, early 26 readout on that data set.
Yeah. Sounds like a pretty busy 25 coming for you and Revolo.
No doubt.
What haven't I asked you that I would have if I were a better interviewer?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I'm always anxious to talk about what a fantastic team we have and the receptivity around what we're doing. We think we're on the cutting edge of the next generation of therapies in this space, and um, I am always proud of all the things we've accomplished as a lean team. We're a small, scrappy, uh, very talented group of folks, and we've put a lot of time into creating a culture that's fun and rewarding, and everybody's contributing on a daily basis. And I don't think there's anything more rewarding than having a voice and feeling, like you're contributing. And all of our folks have been incredible in that respect.
Are they distributed? I mean, you're down in the Research Triangle area, correct?
Yeah, I'm in the Carolinas. That's correct. And our research group is we have a small R&D group in the UK in London.
Mhm.
Both of our assets actually came out of academic institutions, and in London we continue to foster those relationships, and we have a number of vendor relationships in that area. And then the balance of our team is on the East Coast. So we have a clinical operations, regulatory CMC, this sort of split between Research Triangle and the DC, greater DC area. And then our finance group is in the New York area. So we're all in the Eastern time zone.
Yeah. Yeah. But distributed nonetheless. What tips or tricks do you have? I mean, we talk with a lot of companies that are distributed, virtual,
Right.
whatever word you want to use, right? From a management perspective, I mean, that's different from, I'm sure, your days at sharing.
Yep.
What advice do you have for leaders of companies that are managing?
Yeah. We're quite virtual in what we do. Our group in London, they get together in person multiple times a week. Just kind of the nature of what they're doing. And then, we're mindful of getting together in person. We have workspaces in all of the areas I mentioned, RTP, DC, and New York. So we have the ability to go and sit and, get the group together and do a deep dive every 3 to 6 months, sort of do an inventory, sort of a broader look at where we are and what we need to be doing beyond just the day-to-day project-driven task.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's you got to strike a balance. And going forward, we certainly have a focus in trying to locate certain functional groups in certain geographies. We've begun to do that, and we will continue to do that. Clinical development, clinical operations in the Triangle area. I mentioned CMC, regulatory, and some of the preclinical stuff in the DC area, and because all of those groups work together on a even a more frequent basis than the rest of the team.
Right. Yeah. Well, very good. Very good. I wish you luck. Like I said, busy 25 coming on the horizon for Revolo. I wish you luck. I look forward to catching up. Like I said, last time I talked with Revolo was 21.
Wow.
We need to make it a more frequent visit than that. Perhaps next year when you're in the clinic and starting to generate some data you can talk about, we can get back together.
Yeah, listen, absolutely. We've the future's bright. We're excited about it. We really appreciate the opportunity to join you today and to catch up going forward.